The point is Jay-Z was mentioned here, and it was in the context of being with Harvey Weinstein, watching somebody be assaulted. I'll definitely have more for you guys. And basically a bunch of people rightfully unfollowed Jay-Z. I have not been a Jay-Z fan for a very long time. It is very obvious. He sold us out to the feds. He's clearly working for the feds. I have always believed that the individual that came forward and was honest about what was happening with Diddy and Cass and talking about how the feds do deal with rappers. They give them tons of money and then they move drugs in. That just felt like the correct thing, like my assumption when it came to Jay-Z.
Candace Owens is in fear for her life after she recently exposed Jay-Z and linked him to Jeffrey Epstein. People already been spreading rumors, but the way Candace Owens broke it down got liberals and conservatives looking for Jay-Z with Abraham Lincoln's musket. I hope these rumors aren't true because I already bought tickets for Jay-Z's up-and-coming concert. Make sure y'all do me a favor and hit the like button with all the energy you have. Give it all you got. Also, join the channel. Without further ado, let's get into Candace Owens exposing Jay-Z.
It was obviously what he was involved in. And so, yeah, Nicki Minaj had a lot to say because she feels vindicated in many ways about speaking about how the hip hop industry works, that you have to get involved with a lot of this stuff. And if you don't, they will essentially blackball you. And you know what? Ye has spoken about how you get blackballed in the industry. He was obviously too sleepy and never got to those tweets that he was going to author because he was very tired and he needed a nap, but he was about to let loose on a bunch of people who were doing the blackballing. And I do very much believe that Jay-Z is a part of that. That, like I said, feels to me like common sense. And I think more will come out and people are unfollowing him. Anyways, here's what Nicki Minaj had to say. She wrote, "Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up." And yeah, she's not the first person in Hollywood to say that. I mean, every time we show you things, even when we showed you the CERN activity that was happening, which somebody caught on tape, they just came out and were like, oh, we were just faking. That was just like fun. That's what scientists do. They dress up in the middle of the night and pretend to stab women before a statue of Shiva. That's kind of what they told us about CERN. I just don't know how much could be in our face anymore before we wake up and realize these people are ruling over us and they win when we're fighting with each other. That's just the reality. I really don't see how you can have a ton of success in Hollywood and not be in the club because Hollywood was founded upon this. Hollywood Babylon, we spoke to you about this. In our book club, they quite literally imported people from Vienna where Sigmund Freud was, where his boys were. They imported them and they made them directors, they made them actors, they made them actresses, and they were tasked with destroying Christianity, just as they were doing upon the European continent. I don't have time to tell you guys about World War II. Just assume that everything that they told you is incorrect and upside down. They're lying about what happened yesterday. They sure as hell are not telling us the truth about what happened during World War II. And I just don't really care what you call me. It's time for everyone to wake up. And we're not getting all these files, obviously. They are protecting a ton of people. The fact that you can't find like the Adelsons in here is completely ridiculous. The people that are still in power, like they're active agents in America today, are all being protected, which is why it was super interesting to see them sort of throw Peter Thiel under the bus. That was interesting. Like I said, you can trace this stuff through politics, through Hollywood, the Jewish occultist mystics that established these industries.
Okay, I get it. Jay-Z is a big old puppet and Megan Thee Stallion is a big old freak. Either way, somebody got to get paid. If you had the opportunity to have the friends that Jay-Z have, you would probably have those friends too. But I wouldn't want no Epstein friends. I'm not even going to lie. I wouldn't even feel comfortable being around that man. They said when Epstein come into a room, people would get cold chills and shivers. Hide your kids, hide your wife. And Jay-Z allegedly sold his rights to Jeffrey Epstein.
Who we seen Jay close to? Harvey Weinstein, right? Him and Harvey Weinstein got... Harvey Weinstein has Jay-Z's rights for television and movies. You knew that?
No, I was...
Jay-Z sold his life rights to Harvey Weinstein.
So, I don't think Jay has been secretive about him being just the ultimate capitalist. But you think it's deeper than just money?
Yeah, because he signed up for something that he can't get out of.
The craziest part about all of this is Jay-Z needs money from the black community again. That's how he made his money originally. He was Jigga that Igga. Everybody loved his music, including me. He couldn't do no wrong. Biggie died. People was looking for somebody else to dance to. Jay-Z was the next hottest thing on the market. He went on to be mainstream. And now that he's allegedly broke, he's coming back to black. But black people want to know what's going on. Jay-Z got some explaining to do.
Jay-Z, we need an explanation because this is not any random person out here hating on you. This is your previous business colleague writing Jeffrey Epstein in 2014 saying that you basically sold out the black community. This is not Onika or all the people that you want to say are hating on you and saying whatever. This is Jess Saley writing Jeffrey Epstein in 2014 saying, you want to know why we are not Sao Paulo? Watch the TV ads on the Super Bowl. It's all about hip blacks and hip cars with white women. The group that should be in the streets has been bought off by Jay-Z. Let me show you who Jess Staley is. This is Jess Staley. You know him. He's a banker. He's the former CEO at the Barclays. And let's look at your association with the Barclays, Jay. Jay-Z is deeply connected to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Having headlined its inaugural concert series in 2012, this man wrote that email in 2014. Opened it as a symbol of Brooklyn's revitalization because no one really protested the gentrification like they typically would because Jay-Z's from Marcy, he's Brooklyn's own, so it was a very good selling point having Jay-Z be the face of this. And he even held a small ownership stake around 0.5 to 1%, which he later sold, though his entrepreneurial spirit helped him bring the venue and the Nets to his home borough. This man said that you was a sellout, Jay-Z. Is there an activist group that was paid off to not protest or boycott this happening in Brooklyn? Does anyone know that? Was there an activist group in Brooklyn that typically would protest against these type of efforts that for some reason did not do it in this situation that was bought off? Just asking questions. We need a statement.
Y'all thought the downfall of Diddy was something. The downfall of Jay-Z is going to be something. Jay-Z is working overtime to make sure his empire won't crumble apart. As soon as he was naming the Epstein files, they gonna take all the posts down and everything. He probably seen it and made some calls. Was like, nah, get that shit removed right now. I just want to know what Beyonce gonna do when all of this shit come to light. Like, is you finna stick by this man's side or is you leaving? Or are you an accomplice? On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Surprisingly, there's a lot of sisters excited about Beyonce getting ready to be a single mother because Jay-Z is on his way to jail, especially if Candace Owens keep on exposing him the way that she exposing. Her listeners are people from all different walks of life. They got money, unlike Jay-Z's fans. But one thing for sure, Jay-Z got a whole lot of brothers out there on social media holding him down.
I'm the only one who thinks it's weird how black media and black blogs have picked up this whole Jay-Z being and Pusha T being on the Epstein list. When he ain't on the Epstein list, they're writing it to get engagement. This is the bullshit, but this is exactly one thing I got to give the White House. They know what they're doing with social media. They know how stupid you guys are. They know exactly what you're going to pick up on and give attention to. So now we sitting here talking about Jay-Z in 1996. In 1996, Reasonable Doubt dropped. And if you know, you know. We got that Jay-Z. And then we got Pusha T. In 1996, he was 19 years old, and the clips was nowhere near out. But these two young black brothers had so much pull in 1996 that they got to hang out with rich, wealthy white men like Jeffrey Epstein in their Miami mansion while allegedly a young woman was violated. That tip line call, I'm sure it came from somebody who her last name is the opposite of left. But all of that got you guys talking about that and not talking about what's actually going on right now.
Dude, does anybody use their head anymore? Like, does anybody use their brain? Why would Jay-Z
in 1994, be with Harvey Weinstein. That little black boy from Marcy Projects, who was selling coke, be with some of the wealthiest white billionaires in the United States. Like, do that even sound right to y'all? Harvey Weinstein, who had an Oscar by then. I see what type of person you are. He spoke on the black man who was in the files because of a tip, which the FBI didn't take serious because it came from a homeless person if you actually read the files. But you didn't take serious the emails where they are communicating. Y'all thought y'all had one, but unfortunately it failed again.
Y'all show me some love out there, and I'm gonna show y'all some love back. Candace Owens been reckless at the mouth as of late. She been going in on Trump. Kanye West, I don't know what he did to her. They did have a cozy relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye West and Candace Owens wound up eloping in the future. They still got time to figure it out. I think they was made for each other. Jay-Z, if you listening, man, you gonna have to get out of town. You gonna have to get out of town, man. Go move with Russell Simmons. Buy an island, but make sure it's nowhere near Epstein Island.